All right, let's talk about my man, Israel Adesanya, who has no regrets about mocking Alex Pereira's kid. And at first, when I read the headline and before I saw the video, gotta admit, I judged. I was like, hell nah. You ain't got no issue with clowning this dude's son and clowning this son about his daddy? You have no issue with it? I was like, there's nothing that Israel could say that's going to convince me otherwise. And that's why you don't judge a book by its cover, or you don't judge a clip by its thumbnail or its caption. You got to go into it, right? And that's why we're on this show, to go through that discovery process. Well, this is an interesting video. So before I get into it, I want you guys to check it out.
I was just like, where is he? I'm gonna find him. I was like, I see his kid. Then his sister, I think, was holding them, shielding them because they were crying. So I was just like, bang. He's only a kid. I'm like, and the fuck what? If I had a son and he came to the cage after 287 and then started to do that next to Pereira, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Hey, come here. I apologize. I apologize to that man. The guy knocked me out in his home country, and then you see your kid doing that. You don't have the discipline to scold him. And then again, before the 281, you're in your car being like, oh, look what my son did.
Luta contra o Adesanya em São Paulo, quando eu nocauteei ele.
Eu tinha subido no ringue.
If you're not gonna teach your kids manners and respect, I will. So I did him a favor. I did that kid a favor. Now he has a life lesson that he can hold on to forever, and just remember that. I'm glad I did it. Fuck them kids.
Were y'all with me before that video? Now, are you with me now after that video? Goodness. Woo! I need to give me a little dose of Israel in my life. We need to hang a little more, because that was epic. Let's talk about it, kind of like layer it out. Because one of my greatest frustrations is allowing another adult to parent their kid. And let me talk through it. Because it's not my right and it's not my world to go into the relationship between a parent and their child. But don't you feel frustrated when you see an adult, a parent, not doing the right thing? You just want to interrupt it, but you can't tell somebody how to parent. Or if you do, expect some knuckles to fly, or even worse, being real, right? So I've been out 1,000 times. And I've seen a parent just doing the wrong thing. I see a parent just snapping on the kid. Kid is just about to ask for something. Maybe ask to do something. Whatever it is, the kid's just like, all right. But mama or daddy is already on the cliff, already on the edge, and just snap at the kid. And I'm like, ooh. I've seen parents do this one. You ever seen this one? They tell their kids to not yell, tell their kids to be quiet while they're yelling. Shut up! Be quiet! Stop yelling! And I'm like, let's start with your ass. How about that? You telling the kids something not to do and you doing it your damn self. I catch that one all the time. Oh, in sports, it's even worse. I told you about the complaining basketball coach I went against last week. And this guy is just complaining. And then next thing you know, I look on the court, guess what his son is doing? Complaining. I was like, it's more than DNA, bro. It's attitude, it's action. So I've seen that. But in this situation, Adesanya, he just broke it down. He's like, look, I got knocked out in his home country, and the little boy comes out and does a mockery of me getting knocked out. That's one thing. And you indiscipline that little dude, should have made him apologize to me. You should have made him show respect. I'm still a warrior like you. You never know. I don't know. Maybe one day the tables will turn like they did. But instead of being a teaching moment for the little boy, it was a moment to pump him up, glorify the fact that his daddy can't be beat in that moment, and then let the little boy just run wild in terms of how much entitlement he thinks he got, how fresh he thinks he is because of his daddy. That's a bad message. I'm the man because of my daddy. You better watch that. So then they're going to UFC 281, and you see some of the promo stuff, and Pereira's pumped. He's like actually proud of the moment that his son mocked Adesanya. What goes around comes around. God dang, I'm glad y'all set it off. And then, boy, they got into that UFC 287, and we all know what happened. And I love the fact that it was so calculated, premeditated, damn it. You right. The ingredients of me whooping your ass is not just how good I am with these hands, how good I am with these feet. It's the fact that I'm also training the brain and I know what I need to do. I know what buttons to push and I also know how to really destroy you. So it's one thing to go out there and defeat somebody. It's another thing to destroy them, right? Not only do you get the knockout, you get the victory, but then to add insult to injury, where little man at? Where he at, y'all? Where he at? Oh, there he goes. And you see him over there. And that's why I always tell y'all, don't be scared of these tough people. Even a kid, because that little kid might be the kid at the school that thinks he's tough. I always knew the toughest ones are the weakest on the inside. Why you walk around like this all the time? Why you always showing off? Why you always showing out? It's because in here, it's a couple holes. And Adesanya poked in them holes. Saw that little boy? No matter what, that little boy's already been conditioned to think that everything's about daddy and I can act any old kind of way because of my daddy. And that little boy was crying. As you should, though, because daddy didn't just lose. Daddy got knocked out. I give you that. But then, Adesanya said, oh, that lesson that you didn't learn, it's time to teach you. And bang, hit him with that night-night. Oh, I love that so much. I got to figure out the antidotes in the way I coach, the way I walk around, that I can start putting that, injecting that into my daily routine because I see thousands of issues all the time with these parents out here. I want to interrupt, I want to intersect, but I also don't want to have to throw these. Help me out, y'all, because I got to get my Adesanya on in my real world.